Question number 3. Find the local minima and local maxima if any. Find also the local minima and local maxima values as the case may be. So, irundhuduna maximum and minimum kandupidinga solranga. So, what do I have? F of x equals x square. So, first subsection, I have f of x equals x square. So, when I find f dash of x, I have 2x. When I equate f dash of x to 0, I have 2x equals 0, which means x is equal to 0. Okay, இப்போ இந்த இடத்துல when I find f double dash of x, what is my f double dash of x? It's going to be 2, and I see that it is greater than 0, which means my value is going to be a local minima. இல்லையா, f double dash is greater than 0. F double dash of x is greater than 0, which means I'm talking about my local minima. Okay, அப்படினா for what value at x is equal to 0, I have f of 0 equals 0 square, which is equal to 0. So, my local minima is 0 at x equals 0. So, this is my answer. Okay. Subsection 2. So, I have g of x equals x cube minus 3x. So, question number 2. G of x equals x cube minus 3x. That's my question. Correct? So, now when I find g dash of x equals 3x square minus 3. Now, when I take 3 outside, I have x square minus 1. This can be written as x plus 1 into x minus 1. Now, I have to equate g dash of x to 0. So, I have 3 times x plus 1 times x minus 1 equals 0. So, what are my x values? X equals minus 1 and x equals 1. So, I have two different values. So, these two are going to be my critical point. இப்போ maximum minimum எப்படி கண்டுபிடிக்கிறது? I need to double differentiate. So, g double dash of x equals 6x minus 0. This is going to be 6x. Now, when I substitute two different values, I have to find out which is maximum and which is minimum. So, when x equals minus 1, I have g double dash of minus 1 equals 6 times minus 1 minus 6, which is less than 0. So, this is going to be local maxima. When x equals 1, I have g double dash of 1 equals 6 times 1, 6 greater than 0. So, this is going to be my minima. I have found out my maxima and the minima, but I need to substitute that in the function to know what the value is. So, when I substitute g of minus 1, I have minus 1 the whole cube minus 3 times minus 1. This is going to be minus 1 plus 3, which is going to be a 2. So, this is going to be g of minus 1. Now, I have g of 1 to be 1 cube minus 3 into 1, and this is going to be 1 minus 3, which is minus 2. Okay, so this is going to be my minimum value and this is going to be my maximum value. So, final answer enna? The maximum value is 2 at x is equal to minus 1 and minimum value is minus 2 at x equals 1. So, this is my final answer. Okay, please copy. Subsection 3. I have h of x equals sin x plus cos x. Now, third subsection, h of x equals sin x plus cos x. So, h dash of x, when I differentiate, I have cos x. Cos x or derivative is going to be minus sin. So, minus sin x. Now, I need to equate this to 0. So, I have cos x minus sin x equals 0. Cos x equals sin x. I can also write this as sin x by cos x. So, sin x by cos x equals 1. Illa cos x by sin x equals 1. So, either way it is going to be the same. So, this is going to be tan x equals 1. So, enna value? What is my value of x? It is going to be pi divided by 4. So, this is my critical point. Okay. Now, I need to find out whether it's maximum or minimum. Adukku na enna panna poren? I am going to substitute. So, I have h of x equals sin pi by 4 plus cos of pi divided by 4. This is going to be 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2, which is going to be 2 divided by root 2, which is going to be my root 2. If the maximum value or minimum value, I have to find my second derivative. So, h double dash of x equals, I have h dash of x is going to be cos x minus sin x. So, h double dash is going to be minus sin x or derivative is going to be cos x. So, this is going to be minus of sin x plus cos x. Found out my second derivative. If it is less than 0 or greater than 0, I'm going to substitute my x value, critical point. So, this is going to be minus of sin pi by 4 plus cos pi by 4, which is going to be minus of 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2, which is going to be minus 2 by root 2, which is going to be minus root 2, and the value is less than 0. So, I have h double dash in the case. So, it is going to be h double dash of x is going to be less than 0, which means we are talking about the local maxima. Less than 0 now we are talking about local maxima. So what is it going to be? Local maxima is, what did we get? H of x is going to be root 2 at the critical point, is root 2 at x equals pi divided by 4. Value which you put, it is going to be even more easier. Okay, so this is my answer. Please copy. Fourth subsection is very similar. So I have fourth subsection is going to be f of x sin x minus cos x. F of x is going to be sin x minus cos x. So when I find the derivative, I have f dash of x is going to be sin root derivative is cos x minus cos root derivative is minus sin x. So I am getting sin x plus cos x. Now when I equate this to 0, I have cos x plus sin x equals 0, which means cos x equals minus sin x. From this I have minus sin x divided by cos x equals 1. So minus tan x equals 1. So from here I have tan x equals minus 1. If tan x equals 1, I'll write it here. When I have tan x equals 1, which means x equals pi divided by 4. But namakku minus value veno. Where is tan going to be negative when I have all silver teacups? I know that my tan is going to be negative in my second quadrant and fourth quadrant. So if a second quadrant la value eppadi irukapodhu, it is going to be pi minus x, and which in our case is going to be pi minus pi by 4, which is going to be 3 pi divided by 4. And fourth quadrant la eppadi irukapodhu, it is going to be minus pi by 4. Illaya? So I can write it as pi 2 pi minus pi divided by 4. So this line is going to be my 2 pi. So inge irukna, it is going to be 2 pi minus pi by 4, which is going to be 8 pi minus 2 pi minus x. I'll write the general way. So 2 pi minus x, which is going to be 2 pi minus pi by 4, which is going to be 7 pi by 4, which you can also write it as minus pi by 4. Okay, so in the இடத்துல நம்ம 7 pi by 4 போட்டுக்கலாம். So what are my critical points? X equals 3 pi by 4 and 7 pi divided by 4. So I have to check for two different values. Check where it is going to be maximum and where it's going to be minimum. Correct? So first for that I need to find my second derivative. So f double dash of x is going to be, when I double differentiate, this is going to be my, you see here, this is going to be my f dash. So the differentiate panna, cos x is going to be minus sin x and plus sin x irukku. So this is going to be plus cos x. So this is going to be my f double dash. When x oda value, f double dash of 3 pi by 4 is going to be minus sine of 3 pi by 4 plus cos of 3 pi by 4. I can write this as minus sine of pi minus pi by 4 plus cos of pi minus pi by 4. We are talking about the second quadrant, and in the second quadrant sine is positive and cos is negative. Correct? So what am I going to get here? This is going to be minus abdiye irukum, sine of pi by 4 and cos becomes negative. So minus cos of pi divided by 4. Purida? Basically in the second quadrant, cos of pi minus pi by 4 is going to be negative. So I have this is equal to cos of minus cos of pi divided by 4. Adha inga edhirukken. When I take the minus outside, sin pi by 4 is going to be 1 by root 2 plus cos pi by 4 is going to be 1 by root 2. So when I simplify this, I have minus root 2. So here I have f double dash of 3 pi by 4 equals minus root 2, which is less than 0. So we are talking about the maxima here. Okay, so the maximum value is going to be at 3 pi by 4 and you have to find out what the value is. Now minimum value check pannidala. So I have f double dash of 7 pi by 4. When I substitute that, minus sign, I'm substituting it here. Purida? Second derivative la check pandren to find the maximum and minimum value. So I have sine of 7 pi by 4 plus cos of 7 pi by 4. This I can rewrite it as, I'll write in the next step. I have minus sine of 2 pi minus pi by 4 plus cos of 2 pi minus pi divided by 4. We are talking about the fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant la sine is going to be negative and cos is going to be positive. Correct? In that all silver teacups pata, cos is going to be positive in the fourth quadrant and sine is negative. Correct? So from this I have sine is negative, so I already have a minus, and this is going to be minus sine pi by 4 plus cos is positive. So I have cos pi divided by 4. So sine pi by 4, cos pi by 4 irukku. So this is 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2, which is root 2, which is greater than 0. So we are talking about the minima here. Okay. So what do we have? It is going to be minima at f at the x value which is 7 pi by 4. So, இப்போ maxima எங்க minima எங்கன்னு கண்டுபிடிச்சாச்சு. For what value of x ன்னு கண்டுபிடிச்சாச்சு. We have to find out what the maximum value is and what the minimum value is. Okay? Let's solve it here. So, I found out that at x equals, I'll write it here. So, at x equals 3 pi by 4, what is my f of x? What is my question? Sin x minus cos x. So, f of x is going to be sin x minus cos x. This is going to be, when I substitute, I have sin 3 pi by 4 minus cos 3 pi by 4. இப்பதான் solve பண்ணோம். Sin 3 pi by 4 now we are talking about the second quadrant. So this becomes sin pi by 4 plus this becomes cos pi by 4. We just solved. So this is going to be 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2, which is going to be root 2. And when x is equal to 7 pi by 4, I have f of x equals sin x minus cos x. When I substitute the value, it is going to be sin 7 pi by 4 minus cos 7 pi by 4. We are talking about the fourth quadrant. So sin is going to be negative. So minus sin pi by 4. Cos is going to be positive. So minus cos pi by 4. Minus a common I'll have a minus root 2. Now what is my final answer? At x equals 3 pi by 4. Maximum value equals root 2. And at x equals 7 pi by 4. Minimum value equals minus root 2. புரிஞ்சுதா? So this is how you write your final answer. This is going to be my in the question. In the question ஓடது இங்க எழுதிருக்கேன். Okay, please copy. This is a very very easy process. நம்ம அந்த all silver teacups அதெல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் கரெக்ட்டா போட்டாலே கரெக்ட்டா வந்துரும். Okay? Now, next subsection. So this is a little easy. Fifth, f of x equals x cube minus 6x square plus 9x plus 15. In the exam, always write the question once. அப்பதான் தப்பா போட மாட்டோம். Question copy பண்ணும்போது minus plus எல்லாம் பார்த்து போடுங்க. And I find the first derivative, it is going to be 3x square minus 12x plus 9. From here, I can take 3 outside. So x square minus 4x plus 3. When I split the middle term, 3 product and the sum has to be minus 4. So minus 3 minus 1. So what is inside when I split? X square minus 3x minus x plus 3, x times x minus 3, x minus 3, இந்த இடத்துல minus 1. So this is going to be x minus 1 times x minus 3. So what is my f dash of x from this? F dash of x is going to be 3 times x minus 1 times x minus 3. When I equate f dash of x to 0, I have x equals 1 and x equals 3. So these are my critical values. இப்போ f double dash கண்டுபிடிக்க போறேன் to find which is maximum and minimum. So f double dash of x is going to be, from here I have 3 2s are 6. So 6x minus 12. When I take 6 outside, I have x minus 2. Now I need to find out for which value it is going to be minimum and maximum. So if f double dash of 1 pota, I have 6 times 1 minus 2, which is going to be minus 6, less than 0. So this is going to be my maximum. Okay? இவ்வளவுதான், very simple. Find the critical points, substitute it in the second derivative and find out whether it's maxima or minima. இப்போ f double dash of 3, I have 6 times 3 minus 2, which is going to be 6, greater than 0. So this is my minimum. Okay, அவ்வளவுதான். Now I need to find out what my minimum and maximum value. So at x equals 1, f of x என்ன? Write the question again. X cube minus 6x square plus 9x plus 15. So when I substitute 1, I have 1 cube minus 6 times 1 square plus 9 into 1 plus 15. This is going to be 1 minus 6 plus 9 plus 15. So I have 9 plus 1, 10, 10 plus 15, 25, 25 minus 6 is going to be 19. Now x equals 3. So f of 3 la substitute panna 3 cube minus 6 into 3 square plus 9 into 3 plus 15. When I solve this, I have 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27, minus 3 3s are 9, 9 6 are 54, plus 27 plus 15. So I have 27, 27 is going to give me 54, minus 56 plus 15. This is going to be minus 2 plus 15, which is going to be 13. Okay, இப்போ நமக்கு இங்கே என்ன வந்தது? f of 1 ல maxima, correct? So f of 1 la I'm getting a maximum value and minimum enga varudhu? At 3 I'm getting a minimum value. So at 3 I'm getting a minimum value, correct? இந்த இடத்துல I have 19, இந்த இடத்துல I have 13. So what is my final answer? Maximum value at maximum value என்னது? Maximum value is 19 at x equals 1 and minimum value என்ன? Minimum value is 13 at x equals 3. Okay, please copy. Second derivative test எதுக்காக பண்றோம்? maximum value minimum value என்னன்னு கண்டுபிடிக்கிறதுக்கு. where அப்படினு கண்டுபிடிக்கிறதுக்கு. அதை திரும்ப f of x ல substitute பண்ணா எது maximum எது minimum னு தெரிஞ்சிரும் from the function. Okay, now sixth subsection, I have g of x equals x by 2 plus 2 by x, and it's given that x is greater than 0. Okay, இப்போ first derivative, so g dash of x is going to be 1 by 2. 1 by 2x, அதை differentiate பண்ணா I have 1 by 2 plus இந்த இடத்துல 2 to the power x minus 1 இல்லையா, so the minus 1 comes down, x minus 1, so I have minus 1 comes down, so minus 1 times I already have a 2, and x oda power gets reduced by minus 1, so I have 1 by 2 minus 2 divided by x square. This is my g dash of x. Okay, when I equate this to 0, so g dash of x equals 0, now I have 2 by x square equals 1 divided by 2. So from this I have x square equals 4. So x oda value is going to be plus or minus 2. So I have two different critical points. I have to find out my maxima and minima. Correct? Ipo I'll write g dash of x equals half minus 2 into x to the power minus 2. I have to find my second derivative. So this is going to be 0 minus 2 times the 2 comes down, x to the power minus 3. Power gets reduced. So this is going to be in the minus plus side. So I'll be left with 4 divided by x cube. So I found out my g double dash. இப்போ check பண்றதுக்கு என்ன பண்ண போறோம்? I have two different values of x, which is going to be 2 and minus 2. But in the question, it is given that x oda value is greater than 0. Correct? In the question, it's given x is going to be greater than 0. So I can omit the minus 2. So my value of x is only going to be 2. So at 2, I have g double dash of 2 is going to be, இது maxima minima எப்படி தெரியும்? 4 divided by 8, 1 by 2, greater than 0. So since the second derivative is greater than 0, this is going to be my minima. Okay. For what value at x equals 2, what is my g of x? G of x is going to be from the question x by 2 plus 2 by x. So x by 2 plus 2 by x. When I substitute that, I have 2 by 2 plus 2 by 2, which is going to be 1 plus 1, which is 2. So I have minimum value. Minimum maximum on second derivative la dhaan theriyum. So minimum value is 2 at x equals 2. So this is my final answer. Okay, please copy. Seventh subsection, g of x is going to be, I'll write it like this for simplicity, to the power minus 1 and edhuren. So when I find the first derivative, I have the minus comes down, x square plus 2, the power gets reduced by minus 1, and the function that is inside, அதை differentiate பண்ணோம்ல, so x square na it becomes 2x plus 0. So this is what we have. Minus ஆல multiply பண்ணா 2x times x square plus 2 to the power minus 2, which is going to be minus 2x divided by x square plus 2. So this is going to be my g dash of x. Now when I equate this to 0, I have minus 2x divided by x square plus 2 equals 0. From this I have x equals 0. So this is my critical point. இப்போ second derivative எடுத்தாதான் minimum maximum தெரியும். So I have to find my g double dash of x, which is going to be, இதுதான் g dash of x. So this is of the form v u divided by v, and according to the formula it is going to be vu dash minus uv dash divided by v square, denominator square. So when I do that, vu dash is going to be x square plus 2 times d by dx of minus 2x minus 2x times d by dx of x square plus 2. எங்கெல்லாம் minus இருக்கோ அங்கெல்லாம் நான் bracket போடுறேன் தெரியுதா? So never miss that. The whole divided by x square plus 2 the whole square. Okay. Now when I find this, I have x square plus 2 times minus 2 minus 2x times 2x the whole divided by x square plus 2 the whole square. This when I simplify, I have ulla multiply panna minus 2x square minus 2. This becomes a plus. So plus 4x square. 2x into 2x is going to be 4x square. Minus and the minus becomes a plus. The whole divided by x square plus 2 the whole square. This when I substitute, I have simplify panna minus 2x square and plus 4x square simplify panna, I'll have 2x square. So 2x square minus 2 divided by x square plus 2 the whole square. When I take the 2 outside, I have x square minus 1 divided by x square plus 2 the whole square. Now I need to substitute the critical point. இப்போ g double dash of 0 nu போட்டா, I have to check whether this is maximum or minimum. So இப்போ 0 substitute பண்ணா, I have 2 times 0 minus 1 divided by 0 plus 2 the whole square. So I have 2 times minus 1. 0 minus 1 is going to be minus 2 divided by 0 plus 2 is 2. 2 square is 4. So I have minus 1 divided by 2. 0 on the chain and the sum and the term marandra. Multiply correct and minus sign. So this is going to be less than 0. So g double dash of x is less than 0 now. It means that we are talking about the maxima. Okay, so we are talking about the maximum value. So what is that value at x equals 0? When I substitute g of 0, function in a number there, g of x is going to be 1 divided by x square plus 2. So first till g of x edilla. So I have g of x is going to be 1 divided by x square plus 2. And I substitute 0, I have 1 divided by 0 square plus 2, which is going to be 1 by 2. So answer in a maximum value is 1 by 2 at what value? X is equal to 0. So this is my final answer. Okay, please copy. Subsection 8. So I have f of x equals x square root of 1 minus x. Okay, so this again the same method. So when I find the first derivative, this is of the form u into v. So I can do u v dash plus v u dash. Yeah, v u dash. So when I do that, I have x times d by dx of root of 1 minus x plus 1 minus x the whole root d by dx of x, product rule. So this is going to be x times 1 by square root of 1 minus x is going to be 1 divided by 2 root of 1 minus x, but in the coefficient of x is going to be a minus, so I have to multiply by minus 1. Ena adu derivative kandupidicha, it is going to be minus 1 plus what do I have here? 1 minus root x times 1. Now when I take the LCM, I can multiply this and this. So what will I have? Minus x in the numerator plus 2 times 1 minus x the whole divided by 2 root of 1 minus x. I am taking the LCM. So this is my LCM. When I multiply, I'll get this term, and in the numerator I have a minus x. So that is what I've written here. Okay, clear? Now this when I simplify, minus x plus I'm multiplying the 2 inside, so 2 minus 2x divided by 2 root of 1 minus x. Sign along careful podunga, derivative correct kandupidinga. So this is going to be, I have minus x minus 2x, which becomes minus 3x. So minus 3x plus 2 divided by 2 root of 1 minus x. Now I have to equate f dash of x to 0. So I have minus 3x plus 2 divided by 2 root of 1 minus x is 0. From this I have minus 3x plus 2 equals 0. So x equals minus 2 on the pakkam pochna, x is equal to 2 divided by 3. Okay, so I found out what my critical point is. So what is my first derivative? F dash of x minus 3x plus 2 divided by 2 root of 1 minus x. Again, this is of the form u divided by v. So v u dash minus uv dash divided by v square, denominator square. So careful podunga, I have v u dash. So 2 root of 1 minus x d by dx of minus 3x plus 2 minus uv dash, which is minus 3x plus 2 d by dx of the denominator 2 root of 1 minus x the whole divided by denominator square. So 2 root of 1 minus x the whole square. So what do I have here? 2 root of 1 minus x bracket times minus 3x plus 2 order derivative is minus 3 minus 3x plus 2 times, when I differentiate this, I have a 2 is a constant, I'll take the 2 times root of 1 by 1 minus x is going to give me 1 by 2 root of 1 minus x times minus 1. Okay, now I'm going to club in the minus, I'm going to club this minus and this minus, so it becomes a plus. I can cancel the 2 and the 2 and whole divided by denominator 2 root of 1 minus x the whole square, which becomes 4 times 1 minus x. Okay, now this is going to be, when I multiply, minus 6 root of 1 minus x, minus minus became a plus, pink la highlight panirken, that became a plus, times, what do I have? Minus 3x plus 2 divided by square root of 1 minus x the whole divided by 4 into 1 minus x. Now when I take the LCM in the numerator, I have in the 1 minus root x, so it becomes square ilya, so square root poidum. What do I have now? Minus 6 into 1 minus x plus minus 3x plus 2 the whole divided by 4 times 1 minus x. Now in the root of 1 minus x, so you see here the root of 1 minus x and this becomes 1 minus x to the power 3 divided by 2. Okay. Now, what is in my numerator when I multiply? Minus 6 ulla kondu pona, I have minus 6 plus 6x minus 3x plus 2 the whole divided by 4 into 1 minus x to the power 3 divided by 2. So, what can I cancel? Minus 6 plus 2 becomes a minus 4 plus 3x divided by 4 into 1 minus x the whole power 3 divided by 2. So, I found out my f double dash of x. It is going to be f. So, f double dash of x kandupidichachu. Now, I need to substitute my critical point. What is my critical point from here? It is going to be 2 divided by 3. அதை substitute பண்ணாதா maximum minimum தெரியும். So, when I substitute f double dash of 2 divided by 3 and I substitute it here in this equation highlighted in green. So, I have minus 4 plus 3 times 2 by 3 the whole divided by 4 into 1 minus x which is going to be 2 by 3. Yeah? 2 by 3 the whole power 3 divided by 2. So, numerator this gets cancelled. So, minus 4 plus 2 is going to be minus 2 divided by 4. This is going to be inside the square root. I have 3 minus 2 which is 1 by 3 to the power 3 divided by 2. இதெல்லாம் solve பண்ணனும் அவசியம் இல்ல. Basically, I see that my value is going to be less than 0 because there is a negative sign here. Correct? So, I have a negative value which means we are talking about the maxima. Okay. So, here my maximum value I need to find out. I have to substitute the value of x in my f of x to find the maximum value. So, when I do that, I'll do it here. So, at x equals 2 by 3, what is my f of x going to be? F of x from the question is going to be x root of 1 minus x. So, this is going to be x root of 1 minus x. When I substitute, I have 2 by 3 square root of 1 minus 2 by 3 which is going to be 2 by 3 times, this is going to be 3 minus 2 divided by 3 which is going to be square root of 1 by 3. That's number 1 by root 3 edalama. So, 1 by root 3. So, what is my value? 2 divided by 3 root 3. So, this is my maximum value at x equals 2 divided by 3. Please copy.